Drawing on a blank piece of paper is a powerful way for child's imagination and creativity. Drawing also acts as a powerful way to understand how a child is feeling. So, Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune brings to you a webinar on Kalecha Paya Rachtanna to create the best artwork, to develop eye-hand coordination and fine motor skills by our speaker Avdut Narvekar. To build a sense of pride and self-confidence in your child and allow them to explore their creativity, our chairman Shri Subhashji Parmar has inspired and guided us to experiment with different tools of drawing, to introduce different formations of drawing. Let's begin with our today's interesting webinar.
Good morning and a warm welcome to one and all. I, Farida Sayyed, on behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, welcome you all for today's Facebook Live webinar with our eminent guest, Mr. Avdut Narvekar, on the topic Kalecha Paya Rachtanna. We at Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, with the inspiration and guidance from our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar, and members of the Education Committee, have organized this webinar. Today's webinar will help our students gain knowledge about elementary and intermediate exams, its importance in our life, and how we can excel in the artistic talent that is inborn in us. So, everyone, let's be ready for today's interesting webinar. Now, I hand over to our principal, Mrs. Snehal Khataukar ma'am, to brief us about the webinar. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Farida. Good morning to one and all. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. I thank our today's speaker, Shri Avdut Narvekar, for accepting our request and ready to enlighten our today's webinar on the topic Kalecha Paya Rachtanna. It is rightly said, every child is an artist. Creativity gives us courage. You don't take a photograph, you make it. Art, in its broader sense, is a form of communication. Art is beneficial for development of cultural awareness, academic performance, motor skills, problem solving, decision making, collaboration, and accountability. Drawing and coloring is an excellent activity for all ages and silently acts not only to pass time but also as an educational tool and helps to develop creativity and boost self-esteem among them. We at Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, along with the academics, give equal importance to drawing. Every year, our students participate for the various inter-school competitions and also appear for elementary and intermediate exams and come out with the flying colors to exhibit the artistic talents of our students, which is open. We have art and craft exhibition, which is open for all parents to visit and view the work of the students. These activities give a platform for self-expression and exhibit inner talents. I wholeheartedly thank our chairman, Sri Subhashji Parmar, for the support given to us for this webinar. Now let's gain knowledge and get useful tips through our outstanding and interesting webinar on the topic Kalecha Paya Rachtanna. Thank you. Over to you, Farida.
Today, I am glad to introduce an eminent personality in the field of art, our today's guest, Mr. Avdut Narvekar, sir. Sir is the creative head at Subodh Narvekar's Art Academy, Mumbai. Sir is working as an author, illustrator for art books for various publications. He is an art educator and instructor in schools. Sir is running Art Institute in Mumbai since past 22 years. Sir has conducted workshops on art and photography. He has judged several art competitions in schools, colleges, and institutes. Sir has conducted mural and pop art workshop at Pearl Academy, Mumbai, and has organized art exhibitions for students as well as art teachers. We are indeed honored to have such an artistic personality as a guest for today's webinar. I request Sir to express his views.
So please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you everyone thank you ma'am for inviting me. Thank you Sachin sir, Kalpesh sir for inviting me. It's been a great honor. We'll see for elementary and intermediate. It's very important that all the students appear for these exams, mainly because it is not just useful in the school area, it will be useful later on in the college as well, because marks are added in the college curriculum. I'm sorry, not college curriculum. Extra marks are given in the BFA entrance exams of degree, polytechnic, and diploma colleges. And if you are aspiring to be an artist, if you are aspiring to be a college for applied art or fine art or art teachers diploma, interior decoration, this elementary and intermediate exam will be useful for it. And moreover, extra marks will be added for and it will be given in SSC. Extra marks are being given in SSC for elementary and intermediate. So we'll start with a brief presentation. This is a website that I've developed, and this is subodhnarvekar.com. There are various courses in this. For example, we have pencil shading for kids, human figures, perspective, design, pencil objects, object painting, memory drawing, figure drawing for kids. So it has a full range of courses for kids as well as adults. We have 4 to 5 courses for elementary and intermediate students as well. And we have some professional courses in as well, like portraits, watercolor portrait, landscapes, and caricatures. Okay, so can we have some questions from the students?
Thank you, sir, for your valuable views. With this, I hand over the session to Sachin sir for his question and answer session. Over to you, Sachin sir.
Thank you, Farida madam. Good morning, everyone. Today, we are going to learn how to create foundation of art. कलेचा पाया रचताना. हे आजचे वेबिनार म्हणजे चित्रकला शिकण्यासाठी सर्वांनाच उपलब्ध झालेली एक सुवर्ण संधी आहे. ज्यांना ही कला थोड्याफार प्रमाणात अवगत आहे त्यांच्यासाठी तर ही एक पर्वणीच आहे. मात्र ज्यांना या विषयाबद्दल मनात भीती किंवा शंका आहेत त्यांना आज समजेल की योग्य पद्धतीने ही कला आत्मसात करण्याचा प्रयत्न केल्यास आपण आपल्यामधील चित्रकाराला नक्कीच जपू शकतो. विद्यार्थ्यांमधील कलेचा विकास करण्यासाठी एलिमेंटरी आणि इंटरमिजिएट ड्रॉइंग ग्रेड एक्झामच्या माध्यमातून अत्यंत महत्त्वाची संधी विद्यार्थ्यांना उपलब्ध होत असते. याबाबत विद्यार्थ्यांमध्ये कुतूहल, जिज्ञासा तसेच काही शंकाही असतात. याबद्दलच आपल्याला मार्गदर्शन करण्यासाठी अवधूत सर आज आपल्या सोबत उपस्थित आहेत. So without wasting any time, let's start today's discussion. I request Samira Samal to ask question to Avdut sir.
Good morning to one and all. I, Samira Samal, studying in 7th standard. Sir, as a student, I would like to know what is memory drawing? How can we make it different from others and make it more attractive?
छान समीरा. मेमरी ड्रॉइंग म्हणजे नेमके काय? आपण ते इतरांपेक्षा वेगळे कसे करू शकतो? तसेच ते अधिक आकर्षक करण्यासाठी काय करता येईल? याबाबत काही सूचना द्याल का सर?
हो, नक्की. Memory drawing is a recollection of a scene. Memory drawing is a recollection of a scene from your memory and putting it on paper with a sense of composition and perspective. Sometimes you may not have witnessed the scene before, but then during such times you have to use your imagination. There should be emphasis to human figures. Human figures also should not repeat. The figures should be 3 to 4 big figures in size. And I'll just draw it out so that you will have a better idea. This is the border. The human figure should be at least this big. So this is a standing human figure. There should be 2 or 3 different human figures in relation to each other. So whatever topic is there, the main figures should be this big. So there'll be 3 to 4 main figures. All figures should be related to each other. They should not be in a straight line. Okay, and perspective should be added in the drawing. So a good memory drawing should have a good composition with figures related to each other, telling a story to the viewer. Figures should not be in a straight line. Action should not be repeated. And if you look at coloring, then coloring should stand out in a memory drawing. So how can you basically make the coloring stand out? So the figures which you are coloring, they should be bright and colorful. And the background, you can color it with pale colors, light colors, with some textures if required in the background. The outlining part is also very important. You can use a black gel pen like this. The pen has to be a little thick, around 0.5 or 0.6, or else you can use a black charcoal pencil as well. Now I'm just going to give a small demo of how to start about doing a memory drawing. Okay, so the topic that we're going to do is people doing yoga. In a park. Okay, so this is the topic which is given to you. So the first step, what you have to do is draw a few action poses of people doing yoga. So basically you can just have some standing figures. And these will be small sized rough figures. So another pose you can draw is someone doing a Bhujangasana. Then maybe you can make one person sitting down in Padmasana. Then you can show one person is stretching like this, stretching himself. So the first step here is to draw 4 to 5 figures of different actions. Okay, so once this is done, then the next step is to make a composition. So again, I'm taking a very small size for the composition and try to fit some of these figures. Now you can just select from these figures whichever you want to put inside your composition. So first I'm going to go for this standing figure. Then I'm going to draw this figure here. And then in this space, I can draw this. Seated figure. Okay, so next I'm just going to draw the horizon line like this. Then maybe a park bench. Show a lot of trees. Then I'm just showing a few detailed smaller sized figures in the background. This is a bench, so I can make one person sitting here. Show some bushes here in the background. So this is one composition. Similarly, you can make one more composition. So almost the same figures I'm taking. Here you can see that I'm overlapping this figure. The person doing Bhujangasana. So these three main figures are drawn. So here I can show a bench, person sitting. So it's a park, so you can show one person jogging as well. And you can just show a tent or something in the background. So trees. and bushes. Okay, so once the two compositions are done, then you have to select from these two. Okay, so I'm going to select this one. Okay, so I'll just take it a little higher. Okay, the first thing you have to do while drawing your final sketch is draw a border on all four sides, freehand. You are not allowed to use a ruler or any mechanical instruments in this paper. And if the examiner finds out that you have used anything like a ruler or a mechanical instrument, you will be disqualified from the paper. Okay, so we will start with this composition. So I'm going to start with the figures first. So always start lightly drawing the rough sketch first. Details have to be added later on. So these are the folded hands. Then you have to draw the elbow and then join the elbow to the shoulder like this. The neck. So I'm just leaving this figure right now as it is and then starting with the next figure. The next figure I'm going to draw it here because I have to utilize this space for the person doing Bhujangasana. So this is a side view. We got the legs. Then I'm drawing the shoulder like this. Shoulder to the elbow and elbow to the wrist. And then the hand will come here. Okay, all of this will be in a straight line like this. And then the other hand will be visible like this. Okay, here also I'm just leaving it at this stage only. All the details will come later on. So these two figures are done. Now for the third figure. The third figure will be in a seated position in Padmasana. And this figure will be slightly smaller because it is in the background. So draw the head first. Then draw the body. Then the legs will come this way. All right. So once this is done, then we'll just give them a few mats because they are in the park and not be sitting just on the grass. So we'll just draw some mats below them. So even the mats I'm drawing using perspective. You can see these two lines, they are meeting in one point. So I'm drawing these mats using 1 point perspective. Okay, so once this is done, then we can start with the background. So I'm just just drawing these two lines which are tapering, going from broad to narrow. And here I'm drawing a bench which is little small in size. And on this bench, I'm drawing a figure which is in proportion to the bench. Next, I'm drawing another person who is just walking on this walking area. So it's very important to show smaller size figures also in your memory drawing, because that will give a little sense of perspective and depth in your memory drawing. Then since it's a park, we'll have to draw some trees. The tree here in the background, you can draw a tent. So another figure here and one very small figure in the background. Then you can draw some more trees here. Wherever you get the space, you can draw trees since it's a park. And some bushes in the background. And then you can draw some buildings like this in the distant background. This will give some more depth to your painting. So once this is done, then you can start with your detailing. So now I'll start with this figure. This is the front face. Keep his eyes open. At this stage, you have to decide what are the clothes the figures are wearing. Whether he's wearing a t-shirt or a shirt, even the age of the person. And the person's expressions. All these things have to be decided at this stage. So we will show another boy. So you have to remember the duration for memory drawing is only 2 hours. So within these 2 hours, you have to complete your drawing, outlining, and coloring. Okay. So 2 hours is still plenty of time. Earlier, used to have 1 hour for elementary, and 1.5 hour only for intermediate students. That was some 4 or 5 years back. But now since you are having 2 hours duration, so you get that much extra time to add in more details in your drawing. And you are expected to add more details like textures and all in your drawing. So you will show one girl. So if you talk about coloring, as I said, coloring has to be bright colors in the figures and little lighter colors in the background. And to add a little more dimensions to your painting, you can even use different medium. Like if you're using watercolors as your main medium, you can use color pencils on top of it, or even oil pastels on top of it to add some textures. So now we can just add some more details in the figures. Okay, so once the final drawing is done, then the next step will be to outline the picture. So outlining can be done using a charcoal pencil or a black gel pen, and then you can start with the coloring. Okay, So this is the demo of memory drawing.
खूप छान सर. आपण सगळ्यांनाच खूप छान माहिती दिलीत सर मेमरी ड्रॉइंग बद्दल. सोबतच आपण सरांनी मेमरी ड्रॉइंगचा दिलेला डेमो आता पाहिलाच. आता ते रंगकामामधून मेमरी ड्रॉइंग रंगकामामधून अधिकाधिक आकर्षक कसे दिसेल, कसे करता येईल याची एक झलक आपण सरांच्याच एका छोट्या व्हिडिओतून बघूया. धन्यवाद सर. आपण दिलेल्या टिप्स, डेमो तसंच रंगकामाचा व्हिडिओ यामुळे आपल्या चित्रातील वेगळेपण दाखवण्याची योग्य पद्धत विद्यार्थ्यांना नक्कीच समजली असेल. यापुढील मेमरी ड्रॉइंग करत असताना ते वेगळेपण विद्यार्थ्यांच्या चित्रामध्ये नक्कीच दिसेल. Now I request Om Pardeshi to ask question to Avdut sir.
Good morning, all of you. I, Om Pardesi, studying in 9th standard. Sir, I have a query. Will you please tell us, will the elementary and intermediate exam help to develop drawing skills of students?
सर, एलिमेंटरी आणि इंटरमिजिएट या परीक्षांमुळे विद्यार्थ्यांमधील चित्रकला विकसित होते का, याबाबत थोडेसे मार्गदर्शन कराल?
Yes, definitely. Every subject in elementary and intermediate is designed to help your observation power, your imagination, and drawing and painting skills. With object drawing or still life, you learn to draw using objects, using perspective, composition of objects to make them aesthetically more pleasing. And memory drawing improves your human figures drawing. Design improves your concentration and color schemes, the selection of color schemes. And lettering is an important part of the topic because it improves your accuracy and drawing letters, inventing logos and symbols.
धन्यवाद सर. सर, हे नेहमीच निदर्शनास येत असते की हा प्रश्न विद्यार्थ्यांसोबतच पालकांकडूनही विचारला जात असतो. पण आता आपण केलेल्या मार्गदर्शनामुळे विद्यार्थ्यांसोबत पालकांच्याही बऱ्याचशा शंका दूर झाल्या असतील. Now I request Jit Dave to ask question to Avdut sir.
Good morning, one and all. I am Jit Dave, studying in standard 9th. Sir, I would like to ask you, as the subjects keep on changing, like object drawing, memory drawing, and design, it is necessary to change the medium of colors. What would you suggest? How to go about it?
सर, ऑब्जेक्ट ड्रॉइंग, मेमरी ड्रॉइंग तसेच डिझाईन यांसारख्या वेगवेगळ्या विषयांसाठी रंगाचे माध्यमही प्रत्येक विषयाप्रमाणे बदलणे आवश्यक आहे का, याबाबत आपण काय सांगाल सर?
आवश्यक असं नाहीये. इट इज नॉट अ कंपल्शन, बट इफ यू फील द नीड टू यूज डिफरंट मीडियम्स in your drawing, then you can do. simply because it adds a new dimension to your painting, a little variety in your painting. Okay, so there are basically 3 to 4 different mediums that you are allowed to use in uh, these exams, like watercolors, poster colors are there, oil pastels, even inks are allowed, and color pencils are allowed. So it's not necessary that you use all of these mediums.
Yes, sir.
Use the
Sir-
mediums that are convenient to use, that are easily available. तुम्हाला जे सोपं आहे यूज करायला, तुम्ही ज्या मीडियम मध्ये कम्फर्टेबल आहात तेच मीडियम्स तुम्ही यूज करा. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, आता तुम्हाला वॉटर कलर जर का यूज केला असणार तर इट इज अ ट्रान्सपेरंट मीडियम. The blending is very smooth in watercolors and तुम्ही जरा फास्ट कलरिंग त्याच्यामध्ये करू शकता. So it is highly recommended to use watercolors in subject like memory drawing. त्याच प्रकारे if you see poster color, then poster color is a opaque medium. Opaque म्हणजे फ्लॅट कलरिंग असतं. ओपेक मध्ये तुम्ही कलरला लाईट करायला तुम्ही त्याच्यामध्ये व्हाईट कलर टाकता. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम बिंग ओपेक, त्याची अजून एक क्वालिटी आहे की यू गेट अ व्हेरी नाईस स्मूथ ब्लेंडिंग युझिंग पोस्टर कलर्स. सो आणि त्याच्यामध्ये कंट्रोल ब्लेंडिंग असतं, नॉट लाईक वॉटर कलर्स की थोडंसं कधी कधी वॉटर कलर पॅची पण येऊन जातं. In poster colors, the blending is very smooth and you can apply layers upon colors, 1 or 2 layers the paper can accept. So it is highly recommended that you use poster colors in topics like object drawing, still life, and even lettering. डिझाईन हा सब्जेक्ट मध्ये जिथे लाईट वॉश करायचे आहे तिथे तुम्ही ट्यूब कलर यूज करा आणि जिथे तुम्हाला फ्लॅट कलरिंग पाहिजे तिथे पोस्टर कलर्स यूज करा. Color pencils and oil pastels, I recommend using these 2 mediums wherever you want to add texture in the background. For example, तुम्ही मेमरी ड्रॉइंग मध्ये तुम्हाला ग्रास बनवायचा असेल बॅकग्राऊंड मध्ये, so you can use oil pastels in the background to enhance the picture, and you can use color pencils as well same way. तुम्हाला क्लोथ मध्ये काही टेक्स्चर्स किंवा टेक्निक्स वापरायचे असेल, तुम्हाला पॅटर्न क्रिएट करायचा असेल, सो इन दोज प्लेसेस यू कॅन यूज कलर पेन्सिल्स.
छान सर. सर, आता आपण रंगमाध्यमांबाबत दिलेली माहिती सर्वांनाच खूप उपयुक्त ठरेल. सर, योग्य रंगमाध्यमाचा वापर करून एखादे ऑब्जेक्ट ड्रॉइंग किती उत्तम पद्धतीने करता येऊ शकते याचा एक डेमो आपण सर्वांना द्यावा ही विनंती आहे सर.
हो, नक्की. सो मी आता एक ऑब्जेक्ट आणलेला आहे, कोकोनट असा. कारण हा ऑब्जेक्ट खूप कॉमन आहे, एलिमेंटरी मध्ये पण येतो सहजासहजी आणि इंटरमिडिएट मध्ये पण येतो, पण हा करण्यामध्ये जरासं डिफिकल्ट जातं मुलांना, त्यासाठी मी हा ऑब्जेक्ट सिलेक्ट केलेला आहे. आपण आधी त्याचा ड्रॉइंग करूया. ऑब्जेक्ट इथेच ठेवतो असा. सुरुवातीला त्याचा जो बेसिक शेप आहे तो ड्रॉ करायचा आहे. त्याचा जो बेसिक शेप आहे तो असा सर्कल आहे. नंतर हा जो ट्रायंग्युलर शेप आहे इथे तो ड्रॉ करायचा. बस, अजून काही नाहीये या ऑब्जेक्ट मध्ये ड्रॉइंग साठी, एवढंच आहे. and a few lines here and there. Okay, तर आता मी पाणी घेतलंय and these are your poster colors. पोस्टर कलर मध्ये मी येलो ऑकर, ब्राऊन, व्हाईट कलर, लाईट कलर आणि कोबाल्ट ब्लू, क्रिश्चियन ब्लू कलर डार्क टोन साठी यूज करतो. These shades. मी नॉर्मली राऊंड ब्रशेस प्रिफर करतो कलरिंग साठी. एक मी हे पॅलेट पण दिसली पाहिजे with the colors on the right side. The rough cloth here. Okay. तर सुरुवातीला मी एक 10 नंबरचा ब्रश यूज करतोय. ओके, पहिलं तुम्हाला ऑब्जेक्टला ऑब्झर्व करायचं आहे की ऑब्जेक्टची क्वालिटी कशी आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये हायलाइट पडते का, शेडेड लाईट पडते का, लाईट पडत असेल तर ते कुठल्या डायरेक्शननी येते आहे. So in this case, light is coming from the right side. This portion is in the light tone, this portion is in the dark tone. आणि नंतर ह्या साईडला असा शॅडो येणार. So these are the main things you have to observe while doing a still life objects. First step is to add the text tones. टोन्स मध्ये जो लाईट टोन आहे, मिडल टोन आहे आणि डार्क टोन आहे ते अगोदर करून घ्यायचे. ह्याचे जे टेक्स्चर्स आहेत, लाईन्स आहेत किंवा जो टेक्स्चर आहे ऑब्जेक्टचा तो नंतरच्या स्टेप मध्ये येणार. येलो ऑकरला थोडस लाईट करायला मी त्याच्यामध्ये व्हाईट ऍड करतोय. पेपरच्या साईडला तुम्ही असं थोडं टेस्टिंग करून बघू शकता कलर व्यवस्थित बनला आहे की नाही. तर ह्याच्यामध्ये थोडसा ब्राऊन कलरची गरज आहे. आय एम युझिंग अनदर ब्रश टू रिमूव्ह ब्राऊन कलर. ब्राऊन कलर मी इथे असा सेपरेटली काढलेला आहे. आता थोडसा त्याच्यात ब्राऊन कलर मी मिक्स केलाय. This is a more natural shade and I'm going to apply it here on the lighter area. Next, for the darker tone, remove a little more brown color. And a little bit of Prussian blue. So blue जास्त झालंय, so we'll just add a little brown color more. Okay, so now the color is fine. So to go in the direction of the object. Object असं spherical असल्यामुळे तुम्ही ऑब्जेक्टचे स्ट्रोक्स पण त्याच डायरेक्शन मध्ये द्या. Next step is to wash the brush, wipe it, आणि थोडंसं blending. Make sure the blending is not smooth. Today the stroke should be seen, because this is definitely not a smooth object. It has got a lot of textures on it. हा असा फर्स्ट कोट किंवा फर्स्ट टोन बोलता येईल. Is done. So let it dry for some time. Till that time we can do the shadow area. Shadow साठी ब्राउन, व्हाइट आणि थोडासा ब्लू कलर. So, instead of taking black and white color directly, you can use brown, blue, and white color. So you get a natural shade of gray color. As shadow area, you can just blend it like this. Okay, so this part has dried up now. So we can start with the textures. Now for the textures, same brown color and a little blue. Create a slightly darker tone. And make strokes like this. Strokes again should be in the direction of the object. मला या साइडला लाईट स्ट्रोक्स हवेत, त्यासाठी मी येलो ऑकर आणि व्हाईट कलर दोन कलर्सला मिक्स करणार आहे. Along with that, add a little brown to it also. Let's test the color, and the color is fine. We can start with the coloring. थोडे फायबर्स असे ऑब्जेक्टच्या बाहेर सुद्धा येतात, ते पण असे दाखवायचे. काही मिडल टोन्स आहेत त्याच्याने मी टेक्स्चर करतोय. त्याच्यात भरपूर स्ट्रोक्स आहेत. लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रोक्स इन दिस ऑब्जेक्ट. सी the direction of the stroke should be like this. Some places, say dry brush strokes are also required. Dry brush strokes are when you get this effect when there is very less water and color in the brush. So at that time you will get a dry brush stroke effect like this. So next step is to add more dark tones. Now I'm going to take brown color and little blue color. Most of the dark tones will come in this area. You have to keep in mind where the light is coming from. Light is coming from the right side. So accordingly, you have to make the shade and light in the object. So in object drawing, you have 2.5 hours duration, and still life students have 3 hours. So they have plenty of time to do the finishing, to do the detailed work like this. So don't be in a hurry to complete your still life and object drawing, because many students, they complete it before time. They complete it in 1 hour, 1.5 hour, 2 hours, and then they submit the paper. So don't do that. Add more details to your objects. And take your time to color it. So one more dark tone is required in this. So I'm going to add a little more blue to it. Should be the last dark tone. So one more tip I'm giving you. Sometimes you will not see the proper shade and light on the object. Okay, when you go to the examination, the objects will be kept in front of you, but there may not be proper shade and light falling on the object. Simply because there are different sources of lights. There may be 2 or 3 tube lights in the class. There may be 2 or 3 windows in the class. So you will have lights coming in all the directions. So basically the object may seem a little flat to you. So at that time what you do is imagine the object, uh, imagine the light source is only one falling on the object, and then color the object accordingly. So here also I have done the same thing. I have given a little more depth to the object than I'm actually seeing here. Okay, so when you feel the object is done three-dimensional enough, then you can stop there. So I will require to do a few light tones here on this side. So this is a good advantage of using poster colors, that you can go from light to dark and dark to light also on the object. With watercolors or tube colors, it was not possible to make the light colors on top of it like this. So you have to take the advantage of the medium that you are using. Okay, so once this is done, one final step is remaining. That is to add a little more depth to the shadow. So I've given the basic shadow. Now all I have to do is add a little more depth to it. So I'm going to use the same brown and blue color and get a dark tone of gray. And use this color carefully underneath the object. Like this. Then wash the brush, wipe it and blend it this way. So this is how you make the object stand out. Now you have to use gray color only if the base is white. Suppose there is a green drapery below, then you have to use a green color light wash and use dark green for the dark tones in the shadows. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind.
खूपच सुंदर सर.
Thank you.
धन्यवाद सर. आपण दिलेली माहिती आणि डेमो यामुळे या दोन्हीमुळे विषयानुसार रंग माध्यम बदलणे हे कशा पद्धतीने वेगळा प्रभाव पाडू शकते हे समजण्यास मदत झाली. बऱ्याचदा विद्यार्थी सर्व विषयांसाठी एकच रंग माध्यम वापरतात. मात्र यापुढे विषयानुसार योग्य त्या रंग माध्यमाचा वापर प्रभावीपणे कशा पद्धतीने करता येईल हे विद्यार्थ्यांना व्यवस्थित समजले असेल व ते निश्चितच त्याचे अनुसरण करतील सर. Now I request Diya Kalantri to ask question to Avdut sir.
Hello everyone, good morning. I, Diya Kalantri, studying in Standard 7, would like to ask you, sir, that in design paper, how can I make my drawing more effective? Please give me some suggestions.
सर, डिझाईन या विषयाचा पेपर अधिक आकर्षक करण्यासाठी विद्यार्थ्यांनी कोणत्या गोष्टी लक्षात घेतल्या पाहिजेत याबद्दल अधिक माहिती द्या सर.
Okay. डिझाईन मध्ये आपण वेरियस टेक्निक्स यूज करतो बॅकग्राऊंड मध्ये, जसं मोझॅक आहे किंवा स्टिपलिंग आहे, ज्याच्याने डिझाईन अजून अट्रॅक्टिव्ह वाटतं. त्याचबरोबर कलरिंग करताना एक स्टिक टू अ कलर स्कीम. देर आर वेरियस कलर स्कीम्स that you can take help from your art teacher to find out different color schemes like complementary color scheme, split complementary is there, monochromatic color scheme is there, and stick to one color scheme and color it accordingly. आणि त्याच्याबरोबर there are different techniques that you can use in design like shading is there, blending is there, gradation is there, then stencil work तुम्ही करू शकता. Etching is there. Etching is basically using thick poster color and using the back of the brush to make some designs in it. So जर का तुम्ही जास्त टेक्निक्स आणि टेक्स्चर्स वापरले तर तुम्हाला चांगली मार्क्स मिळायची शक्यता आहे. आणि फायनली तुमचं फिनिशिंग खूप चांगलं असलं पाहिजे डिझाईन मध्ये. It's very important that colors patchy नाही बसले पाहिजे. The colors should be nice and plain and the finishing should be excellent. आणि कलर मध्ये मीडियम्स तुम्ही जसं मी आधी सांगितलं, वॉटर कलर ॲज अ बेस कोट for a light wash and poster colors for coloring the symbols, elements and the objects inside.
येस सर. आता सरांनी दिलेली माहिती आपण साऱ्यांनी ऐकलीच, पण प्रत्यक्ष रंगकाम करताना कशा प्रकारे करावे हे आता आपण सरांच्याच एका व्हिडिओ मधून पाहूयात. छान. सरांनी सांगितलेल्या सगळ्या गोष्टींची काळजी घेऊन पूर्ण केलेले डिझाईन आपण या पुढच्या व्हिडिओत पाहूया.
This is a design in a hexagon with one side 10 centimeters. Inside this hexagon compose 3 fish, 3 circles of different sizes and 3 curved lines. Once this drawing is completed, use cobalt blue tube colors and apply light wash on the entire hexagon. Once it dries, remove your poster colors. Now you can see that the entire design is done using stippling technique, and in the fish warm colors have been used. Now warm colors are lemon yellow, chrome yellow, orange and vermilion red. So use stippling technique and use those colors to complete the fish. Add a little bit of white in lemon yellow so that the color is bright. Similarly, use stippling technique and color the background area using cool colors. This is poster green color. This is light green plus a little bit of white. This is cobalt blue and this is cobalt blue plus white. In this design, draw a circle of 21 cm diameter and make the outer shape. Inside this circle, make 3 circles of different sizes, 3 triangles of different sizes, 2 straight lines and 2 curved lines. Once the drawing is completed, then select any one circle and color that circle using shades of yellow and orange. Use lemon yellow, chrome yellow, orange and orange plus white as your colors. Use poster colors for this entire design. Once the circle is completed, then move your focus on the background area. Now here you can see that the background area is completely using dark colors. So use colors like Persian blue, black, dark green plus a little bit of black and violet plus a little bit of black colors. This is a design in a handbag, and the height of this handbag from this point to this point is 22 centimeters. This is a basically symmetrically drawn design, and a reverse tracing method has been used for drawing this design. For the coloring, a light wash of cobalt blue has been applied all over the design, and after it dries up, poster color has been used. There is a use of Persian blue color as outline, as a thick outline all over the design, and then white color stippling dots have been applied all over in the background area. This is a design in a vase of 28 centimeters height. This is basically an asymmetrical design with a combination of flowers and butterflies. You can see that the butterflies are composed within square shapes and same sized flowers are placed in the background area. Now for the coloring, a light wash of cobalt blue color has been applied in the vase, and a light wash of carmine red has been applied in these squares where the butterflies are there. Once those dries, then poster colors have been used to color the butterflies and the flowers. Persian blue color thick has been used in the background area of the vase, and after it dries up, cobalt blue plus white color has been used and to make stippling strokes all over in the background area to create a interesting effect. And also if you notice, you can see cobalt blue plus white lines for the textures on these flowers here. This is a design in a circle with 10 centimeter radius. The circle has been divided into 4 equal parts. The design has been drawn on one quarter and reflection tracing has been used on all the other three sides. Once the design is drawn, a light wash of carmine red is applied evenly on the entire circle, and after it dries up, poster color has been used to color the elements of the design. Carmine red light wash has again been used to color the stippling strokes in the background area.
धन्यवाद सर. डिझाईन हा पेपर पाहिल्यानंतर अगदीच सोपा वाटतो, मात्र तो अधिकाधिक आकर्षक करण्यासाठी कोणकोणत्या गोष्टी लक्षात घेणे आवश्यक आहे हे आज विद्यार्थ्यांना नक्कीच समजले असेल व आपण विद्यार्थ्यांना दिलेल्या सूचनांचे पालन करून ते डिझाईनचा पेपर नक्कीच अधिकाधिक आकर्षक करतील. Now I request Ayush Darji to ask question to Avdut sir.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to one and all. I, Ayush Darji, having a query. That is, how will the grade exam will help me in my future?
सर, विद्यार्थ्यांना शालेय जीवनानंतर भविष्यात ग्रेड परीक्षेचा कशा प्रकारे उपयोग होऊ शकतो याबाबत थोडक्यात मार्गदर्शन करावे सर.
See, most students train extensively during the course of the exams for a period of 10 months or so. And this definitely helps to improve their drawing and painting skills. And these drawing and painting skills remain with them for a long time. And it can be used whenever they want to draw something, paint something, whether you want to make a poster, later on you want to make a science diagram, anything, it can be useful. Now, if you look around you, you can see that there are your day-to-day objects, like a book is there, brush is there, pen is there, even your mobile. All these objects are derived from a basic sketch. The artist who is there, he has drawn a basic sketch, he has conceptualized the sketch and he has drawn it out first. So the basic drawing is there everywhere. Moreover, what are the importance of these exams in a practical sense? You get extra marks in your SSC, in your SSC boards for elementary and intermediate. Then there are extra marks added in BF entrance exams for degree courses, diploma courses, and polytechnic courses. The fields include applied art, fine art, ATD, interior decoration, art and craft, fashion designing, and even architecture. So these are the various fields where your elementary and intermediate certificate will be useful.
धन्यवाद सर. कला क्षेत्रासोबतच इतरही विविध क्षेत्रांमध्ये ग्रेड परीक्षेच्या माध्यमातून विद्यार्थ्यांनी जे काही आत्मसात केले आहे त्याचा कसा उपयोग होऊ शकतो हे सर्वांच्या नक्कीच लक्षात आले असेल. Now I request our principal Snehal Khatawkar madam to give her view about today's webinar.
Thank you, Sachin sir. It was indeed a very nice question answer session. Today, we had an outstanding personality, Shri Avdut Narvekar, for our webinar on the topic Kalecha Paya Rastana. Sir, I appreciate you for sparing your valuable time from your busy schedule to provide us with such valuable information and for your great presentation. Our viewers were enlightened with the topics memory drawing, object drawing, and design. This will help our students for the preparation of elementary and intermediate exams in the future. It is my earnest request to our parents to support their children if they have a liking and interest in drawing. Here I would like to say a positive mindset brings positive things. Here I would also mention from past 12 years, we have been achieving 100% results for elementary and intermediate exams. Our students also come in the merit list at the state level. In the year 2019, it was a great achievement when our students appeared for elementary and intermediate exam, and all the students were in A grade, and 3 of our students were in the merit list. Our school was one of the few schools in Maharashtra who achieved this success. Sir, the guidance which you have given to the students today will surely help our students and all the viewers also to achieve the best results for elementary and intermediate exams in the future. Thank you, sir. Now, we would like to show some glimpses of our drawing of our students. These were the glimpses of our drawing. Now I hand over the session to Farida.
Thank you, ma'am. I, Farida Sayyed, on behalf of Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our honorable guest for today's webinar. Sir has took out valuable time from his busy schedule and guided our students. Thank you for your interesting and thought-provoking address. I also thank our chairman, Shri Subhashji Parmar, who always motivated and guided us. A heartfelt thanks to the committee members, trust members, principals, teachers, and all our parents, as no program can become successful with a single person. So I extend my big thanks to our technical team for their tireless support for making this webinar successful with all the contribution. A special thanks to Ayush to assimilate the drawings of our students and make a video. Thank you all for the enthusiastic viewers for joining us live on Facebook and appreciating and encouraging us by your valuable comments. I also thank the Almighty who has showered abundant blessings on us. Thank you all and have a good day ahead.
Acharya Shri Vijay Vallabh School, Pune, India. Thanks all our viewers for giving their overwhelming response. Thanks to our today's eminent speaker. A special thanks to our chairman, Shri Subhash Ji Parmar. A big thanks to our organizing team, Mrs. Snehal Khataukar, Principal, Mr. Kalpesh Darji, Team Leader, Mrs. Farida Sayyad, Teacher, Mr. Sachin Kaure, Teacher, Mrs. Itisha Shah, Teacher, Miss Bhavika Rathod, Teacher, Miss Urvisha Rathod, Teacher, Mrs. Aparna Dhaigude, Team Member. Once again, thank you all. Thank you all the viewers for watching this webinar. We look forward seeing you next Sunday for yet another interesting webinar. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you.